You know, I almost feel sorry for Josh Ernst, the press secretary. You know, every time Obama opens his mouth, Ernst has to try to defend him. So the latest FUBA from the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, you know, that jackass with the floppy ears? Yeah, he said that climate change is much worse of an impact against the American people than terrorism. Huh? Alright, so then when Josh Ernst is asked about what the Chosen One said, he said, well, yeah, I mean, you know, what the president's really saying is that many more people are affected by climate change than they are by terrorism. Well, it depends on who you ask and where you live. If you were to ask people in Iraq and or Syria if they believe climate change is more of an impact on their existence than is terrorism, I think you get a totally different kind of response than if you asked the average schmuck in America who's totally clueless. Huh? If you went up to 10 people and said, hey, what do you think of ISIL? They'll look at you like a deer with a headlight shining in his eyes. Yeah. The American people are dumber than bricks. Most of them are. If they weren't, we wouldn't have this jackass at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Have you noticed the gray hairs coming out on Josh Ernst? The guy's under a lot of stress. He's got to be real fast on his feet because every time Obama opens his mouth, Josh tries to defend him in his idiotic comments. You got to be brain dead to think that climate change affects more people than terrorism. Well, in a way it's true, because we don't have a whole lot of terrorism here in the United States. You know, they're not blowing themselves up in malls yet. But they will. And somebody has to ask Obama why he's so hung up on climate change when Boston's received, I don't know, 6 feet of snow. You see, if the planet's getting hotter, why are we experiencing the kind of weather on the East Coast? I know. It's God's way of punishing Democrats because the East Coast is covered with guys like Chuck Schumer and Bloomberg from New York and Bill de Blasio from New York, the mayor, Bill de Blasio. It's totally insane, folks. I mean, stop to think about it. You got this jackass with the floppy ears saying more people are affected adversely with climate change than they are with terrorism. How many people do you think go to bed at night freaked out about potential terrorism? I know, I'm one of them. Yeah. Problem is, a lot of people are clueless. And that's why I said if you were to ask 10 people about ISIL, they look at you like, But we've got Barack Hussein Obama who worries about the well-being of American people. What did Josh Ernst say once? Oh yeah, Obama goes to bed worrying about how to protect the American people. When he wakes up, he worries about protecting the American people. You really believe that bullshit? Because I don't. I don't think Obama gives a damn about the American people, other than to figure out how to destroy the American way of life, which he's doing a damn good job of that, isn't he? Huh? What did I read? Oh yeah, I did a video. The cost to provide the supplement for people with lower incomes for Obamacare, $20.9 billion in 2015. But that's assuming that the Supreme Court doesn't shoot it down like in the June or July time frame when they're going to have to make a decision about the state exchanges and the subsidies. But like I said, I think it's in the bag. The Supreme Court's a joke. they're almost as screwed up. Well, they're probably as screwed up as Congress. They're not worried about the American people. They're worried about themselves. Like the way the Chief Justice, John Roberts. Why do you think the Chief Justice, John Roberts, did a flip and said, oh yeah, you know, Obamacare is okay? You think it might have something to do with his two adopted kids that were adopted from Ireland? If you do a little bit of research, you'll see that only Irish can adopt Irish children. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that the Supreme Court Justice is a lawbreaker. Yeah. Yeah. He knows the law. He knows that what he did is illegal. But hey, you're the Chief Justice, huh? Just like the chosen one, you do what the hell you want. You don't like it? Too bad. How many billions of dollars is that costing the American people, this Obamacare bullshit? The software, in excess of $2 billion. And it's not complete. But that's a different story. I'm beginning to sort of flip in different areas. But there's so much to talk about, isn't there? The chosen one. The Manchurian candidate. Barry Soetoro. Hey, you know, I've mentioned this before. There is no legal document that I'm aware of that has Barry Soetoro changing his name to Barack Hussein Obama. So you know what that tells me? That tells me he's using an alias. And there is no Barack Hussein Obama. Not legally, anyway. I told you what I think. So what do you think?